Hello there, and welcome back once again to our channel. My name is Katie.
And I am Akofa.
So today we are responding to a video we saw on TikTok, basically addressing the issue, should you get married? So let's get into it. Welcome back. We're going to play the video for you.
Do you want to know the real reason why older women, specifically aunties, keep asking you when you're getting married and pressuring you into getting married? So I'm a lawyer, and one of the biggest reasons why I became and remained a lawyer is because of the status it gives you in society. People respect it. People think you're smart as hell. You are important in society if you're a lawyer. I mean, that's just the plain truth. And it is the same for these married women. They've put up with abuse in their marriages, sacrificed all their dreams, had cheating husbands, been treated like a servant by these husbands, all because the only thing that made it worth it is because they got status, so they can say, I'm married, I have a man. So when young women now come along and they're kind of like, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I don't think I want that. I'm not bothered about marriage. I don't even know if I'm going to get married. I'm really relaxed because that looks like trash. That is a threat to every life decision they've made. Because if you don't want marriage and the market value of marriage isn't high, then why the hell did they sacrifice their lives and put up with all of this crap? So now if no one wants to be married anymore, well, you've just wasted your life and they have to deal with the reality that they've put up with a bunch of abuse for nothing. So they berate you to keep the market value of marriage high. So just know that's why they're putting pressure on you. It is nothing to do with you. It is everything to do with them and their life decision.
I think that married women actually pressurizes younger women to get married just to keep the market value of marriage.
I don't think so.
Right.
You see, for women, I've said this before in other videos, we have biological clock, whether you like it or not. One day, the menstrual cycle will stop without notifying you 1 month or a year ahead. And when it does, it means you don't have a chance of having a baby. Is that it?
Yeah.
Awesome. So when you reach a certain age, somewhere mid-20s, okay, 30s, and you want to settle down, you should go for it.
But she's
without any
saying
fears.
The younger generation has basically discovered that marriage is trash.
It is not.
And then the older generation are pushing them. She basically used aunties. My problem is, why don't you use your mother? Because the one person that wants to see you married
Yes.
than any other person is your mom.
And yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why did you conveniently use aunties?
Perhaps her mom is late and her aunties are, taking on that responsibility.
Okay.
So going back to the point, married couples have that responsibility and duty to make the marriage work. Listen, life is so simple. Why do we make things complicated for ourselves?
The problem is, I feel that a lot of people talk about marriage as if it's external to them. So when you get into marriage is supposed to be this beautiful thing that you're not supposed to do anything, work. So you just go into it,
Yes.
and then the
Leave
marriage,
it
or
to
like
work.
a car.
No?
You sit in the car and then you allow the car to drive itself. You need to take control.
Of course.
So it's the individuals,
Yeah.
and that is what we are missing.
Yeah.
It is two people that are supposed to make this union
Work. And back to my point, marriage is so simple.
Yeah.
You wake up, don't you eat when you wake up?
Of course.
So cook for 2 or cook for 3 when you are tired.
When you wash
Then
the plates.
don't you, when you are on your own, don't you eat 2-3 times a day? So it's so simple. Don't you watch TV? Don't you go for a stroll?
Yeah.
It is simple. So let's make life simple. And the moment you bring other human beings on board, make it as beautiful, convenient, loving, so that they can learn what it is to, live in a home. That is why when you call the house a home, so you make it a home for, you know, that conducive atmosphere, creating a conducive atmosphere for survival. Get married, you say, oh, you are going home survival.
But what do you also make of this perception that older women are unaccomplished? It looks more like we, the younger ones, always frame them as if they've not achieved anything. They don't have a life outside of their marriage, etc. But then when you look at older women, even the VC of University of Ghana, when you go to her Twitter page, she wrote it there, a proud wife and a mother. And for me, the proud wife stood
and she's
out.
Professor Mrs.
Yeah, the proud wife stood up because in this day and age, it's almost like a shame for a woman to take pride or glory in the fact that she's married.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So for me, when I saw her page, what stood out for me, a proud mother, we are always proud mother.
And to
but
answer
a
the
proud
point,
wife stood out for me. So why is it that when we see older women, we just go into that space of, oh, these people have not achieved anything?
you see, when you get to a certain age and you are married, it takes away certain prayers and burdens and sorrows. Because you know what, when you catch those who have been there, especially the celebrities and other known personalities who married after 40, they know what they've been through. It is not easy emotionally unless you don't want to get married. And those who claim they didn't want married, they are married though.
Yeah, really?
Oh, they are, and they are making noise with their children all over social media. I won't name names. I won't name names. Those who claim. So let's not demo.
There is one who has named her someone.
So you see, let's not demonize or belittle the institution.
But I also want us younger women,
Yes,
to, as it were, disabuse our minds.
yes.
That older women, they do not have a life outside of their marriage.
So
that is a false narrative.
yes. So I'll explain why people say that. Older women, you have to put age on it. So my mom, who is 71 years old, they didn't go through the formal educational system. Okay, so she is a trader. Back in her young, now she's retired. So she was in trading. She used to sell all manner of things. Okay, all manner of things from, you know, I don't want to name them. She was in trading and a housewife. So she makes sure we go to school. I never saw her supervise my homework. It was my dad who did all those things here because he had some level of formal education. So our mothers sacrificed. Well, that is what they knew. That is what they knew.
The nurturing part.
The nurturing part. And way back in the villages or the towns, women were not encouraged to go to school because there was this myth that the longer you stay in school as a woman, you become a difficult wife or you won't get a husband to marry. That was the myth back in the days. Even now, some men do not like highly educated women.
But I think that on that score, we are proving them right. Look at this. I'm a lawyer and I'm accomplished and this and that. This is trash. Will you go near someone who talks like that?
No,
this
I
is
wouldn't.
trash. I'm accomplished. Why are you using my name if I become a professor? We seem to be pushing some negative stereotype about women who are accomplished.
That is why, unfortunately, we do not have a lot of role models to look up to. Because the few role models, you realize that they failed at their marriages. Because they were, going after career and recognition and so on at the expense of the children. So you realize that they leave the house help to nurture their children or to run their home whilst they go out there. And there is nothing wrong with creating a balance. get a balance. We are not saying end at first degree or end at master's degree.
We didn't end there, so
look,
we cannot say you should
the
end
Bill
there.
Gates and those people, they don't have PhD.
No.
So it is not always about formal education.
Yeah.
Have a dream.
Yeah. And pursue
And
it.
pursue it. Have a dream and pursue
I
it.
think one of the most profound things you've told me ever is that, Gifty, make sure that when you get to the top, you don't get there alone. You get there with your family. And for me, I think it's something that I chew on most of the time, because you know my tendencies, right? I can be a bit. So a lot of the time I chew on that will let this be something that you actively work with. The fact that you do not get to the top, and one day you are on your story building, you look down, and there is no one.
There is no one.
There is just you.
There is no one.
And that space of emptiness, you know, you can have other
So
people
everybody
around.
will envy you.
Yeah,
But dear, you are
lonely.
pathetic.
Yeah.
Lonely.
That space of
Lonesomeness.
emptiness. You have family members around you, you have whatever around you, but then you are still very lonely.
Yeah.
Because the people that matters most,
Yes.
you left them.
Yeah. You got there. We will fought with everybody, and you got there alone without them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I believe that for us young people, this false narrative of marriage is trash and it's this and that. No, marriage is not external to you. Marriage is something that you make.
Yes.
It's not something that someone makes for you.
No.
Right.
You create
Nobody
a home,
will
the
do that for you.
environment, make it thrive. Yeah.
So if you believe that marriage is trash and you say that, then know that you are telling yourself that you are trash. No, because garbage in, garbage out.
Garbage in, yeah.
So if you are saying that the institution is trash, it means that you are trash.
Yeah.
So you are carrying that trash into
You
that
have
institution.
created that trash.
Yeah. So if once you say marriage is trash, or once you say anything is trash, it means that it balls on you.
Yes.
Because you are trash, you are putting that energy into that.
Yeah.
So whatever energy you put in that, in something, that is the same energy that will come back to you. Yeah. So it's marriage trash? No. Should you get married?
Yes. If you want to.
No. For me,
if you want to.
Yeah. Unless you want to.
Yes.
Because then you do not want a lot of these things getting out there, people suffering, etc., in marriage. So if you want to and you have the right energy, right whatever to put in the work, then of course, yes. Other than that, don't worry yourself getting into that institution.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we're done. Get married if only you want
If you want to.
Marriage is not trash unless you put trash into it.
Yeah.
And older women have a life
Yeah.
outside of marriage.
Mm.
So that's not the same.